Trouble.
Hey, extremely slay all the way, baby.
Let's go. I mean, we've got Extremely Slay towards Birthright 1. I think so it's going to be Extremely Slay as well, ladies and gentlemen. The roads that were taken by these teams were the ones less traveled, but they've been traversing through these grasslands like none other, and now stand at the crossroad against each other and only their opponent between them and the trophy. So it's going to be the first game of the best of 7 grand finals at the MESL. Two of the best European teams duking it out. Boys, make sure you have fun in the draft.
I appreciate it, Scared. Much love for sending us into the draft here. We are in the MESL game 1 here. Extremely Slay versus Birthright. I can't wait to see like what the switch ups are here.
Yeah, and where the priorities are going to be going, we talked about a little bit. The big ones are out there. Hylos, Suyu. I want to say I don't know if Bruno has. I think Bruno has been getting the big bans here too as well. You see the Lu Yi out there as well. And where this is going to kind of, are we going to start letting things through? Like I don't expect Suyu to be banned by Extremely Slay, or as I say that, go ahead and curse me out. There's just I'm wondering what you kind of allow. Since you have first pick, what are you allowing? What are you not banning out? Just to kind of see if the enemy will ban it out and kind of give you something open for you to go ahead and pick out.
Yeah, and I think on that note, every single time you're on the blue side, you kind of want to get control in that mid lane. So leaving that Zushin open is usually an option. But right now, they understand the threat coming in from the red side. They could leave the trades open, something they might really want. Maybe in the form of the Hilda, maybe the Gatakacha, even the Hylos if that was left open. But of course, right now, the Zushin being banned out, that means respecting Danny on his hero pool, the Zushin as well as the Lu Yi. And of course, like I said earlier, we don't see the Faramis going away towards Bubbles as well. So they kind of respecting each other's hero pool so far, but the Fanny not being let through because we know what Mr. Det can do with that one.
Ooh. And then the Bruno right out of the get-go, right? I was kind of wondering what Extremely Slay had like cooking up. And you can kind of see like the ban phase went so quick. So both teams kind of like they're already thinking about what's going down. And then first pick the Bruno. Private, do you think that's going to be key for Extremely Slay?
Well, I mean, Bruno itself is basically just one of those key picks-ups right now. The most sought after, the most pick. I think he's got 100% pick ban rate right now in Europe right now. And it's going to possibly force Birthright to go ahead and pick a marksman right here now, or as we go into the second banning phase, they're going to be looking at seeing a lot of marksmen's banned out. They're going to go ahead and answer it with Gatakacha, Suyo, a great answer. You got a fighter there and Gatakacha to kind of offend any type of invade that might possibly come out in the early game. Gatakacha can just soak up so much damage in that early bit, but I do like what we're seeing from both of these teams, especially I want to say Extremely Slay. They've got the damage and then they've got that heavy amount of CC and tankiness.
Yeah, I do feel like they are looking at that in the back line with that Gatakacha as well. That lot of area of effect that he lands in with that AOG, but at the same time, to prevent that, they go with a Tigreal with that implosion. Can be a counter initiation tool, can be a sandbag in the early game, create the space for this alpha in the jungle in the hands of Mr. Det. And he has been the Grim Reaper when he has his hands on this alpha. So, of course, the Birthright better watch out for that. And instantly, they go for the Aurora to make sure they have that defensive striking position with that Frigid Glacier as well.
Yeah, and one thing to kind of iterate is that we can kind of see that Birthright is kind of building up that CC. They're going to be trying to stop the Tigreal as much as possible, as well as keep the Alpha at bay. We've seen this before, Private, right? Is that if the Alpha gets CC'd too much, he's not able to engage. He has to disengage, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's kind of a great call here, especially picking up the Aurora. It's a great counter engage. You've got two heroes with the Alpha and the Tigreal that really just want to rush into you, try to get those sets, try to get that implosion on you as well, and the Alpha charge, and you're gonna have that Frigid Glacier to really contend with. Also, it's something of a note that Gatakacha, I don't like him as an initiator with his avatar, the Guardian. You need another bit of CC there to start off that fight, because it just takes so long for him to come down. You want the team in the fray. You want them CC'd before that comes down, and a Frigid Glacier is a great answer for that.
Yeah, just along with the Frigid Glacier, that AOG, like you mentioned, definitely going to make a difference. But also, I feel like they might need a little bit more in the form of a peel because it's got the Kacha still flexible in the roam as well as the EXP lane. So right now, without the Hylos being available, nobody to run them down, nobody with that glorious pathway to get that steamroll going. So they take away that Phoveus and, of course, that Sicilian as well to make sure they don't secure the late game, rather. And then you can see Extremely Slay choking down the hero pool of Urek, like we spoke about earlier. The Beatrix is out of the picture as well as the Moskov. So now left open with what's possibly a Harriet to kind of harass the Bruno early on into the lane.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few possibilities here. I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing is it's funny enough that Birthright banned out the Sicilian. Of course, I mean, they already picked their mage, but it's kind of like a little secret nail in the coffin. Like, yeah, we don't want to deal with this. So, but following what you said, Kronos, definitely the Harith getting picked up. And again, is going to be a really good hero to kind of bounce around and keep away from what Extremely Slay has up their sleeves. But is that going to be enough?
Yeah, this early game is going to be so important, especially with this next mage pick coming from Extremely Slay. You're going to need something that's going to be able to clear fast and get those rotation quickly, because you're going to want to shut down Harith early before he gets that time to kind of get that Zaman Force down, to be able to be doing the immense amount of damage that he's going to be able to output. I want to say in the early game, I kind of lean towards Bruno a bit, just because he can still output a lot of damage sustainedly. Sustaining throughout this entire thing. Oh, and there, hey, you got your wish, Echo. We do have the Vexana out there along with the Freya, which is a very interesting pick, with the fact, for me, Freya is usually that person that clears lane and goes and harasses the jungle, goes and harasses the opponents. But, I mean, you've got a Suyu, you've got a Kacha out there, and then you've got the threat of Aurora, who can basically freeze you every, like, 30 seconds. So it's going to be very interesting to see if she can kind of keep her composure, if you can be able to kind of get in, get out, get that information, or and do the damage that you need to harass Birthright.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the Vexana is definitely a beautiful option to make sure disrupt those team fights. But I think the EXP laner, definitely this Hilda, gonna make a difference. Private, I think that's a Hilda, isn't it? I'm gonna say, is that a Hilda or a Freya? But I feel like
Hilda, yeah.
It's a Hilda, yeah. But that's why the Freya would be really confusing. But of course, at the same time, oh my goodness, no, they go in for the Belleric on the other side. And I feel like this Belleric is gonna be the difference maker when it comes to these team fights, because he wants the damage to be absorbed in towards him with the Wrath of the Dryads and give the space that the Harith needs to farm up and dash around with those chrono dashes, dishing out the damage, of course. So you have a lot of CC to kind of taunt them and make sure you can dive into the back line as well with the Gatot Kacha and looking for the early snowball, both the teams. And Aiko, I think whoever comes out on top in the early game will definitely be able to take this game away.
No, 100%. And to be honest, like, it's wild that Birthright picked up the tree man there, you know. I just feel like he's okay, but I think it's the counter to the Bruno, right? Like, it's what they needed to be able to absorb, but are they going to have enough damage? They're going to be like solely relying on this Harith. So coming into this first game, I feel like the biggest thing that we'll have to watch out for is the Harith. Can he dance around? Can he dodge all these CCs and these controls? And can he just, you know, stay away from the Hilda? The Hilda is going to be that menace that's just going to be running to the back line, that's going to be harassing, like Private said. And I feel like we'll have to figure that out in this first game here. And hopefully we'll be starting here soon.
Yeah, and it also kind of comes down to not just the picks that are out there, but just how you play it, how your rotations are, what the priority is for these teams. Once these objective fights start, are they able to get those angles on the Harith? Are they able maybe to surprise Aurora, lead out that Wrath of the Dryad, lead out that Frigid Glacier before going in, and then finding an opportunity to find these objectives in that early game? That's going to be very interesting to see how well these play, because I mean, draft is one thing, but the play style is going to be another one, and I'm excited to see. It's going to be the inaugural match between these two.
It is, but we're going to be getting into game one, the MESL, Extremely Slayed versus Birthright. This is the grand finals, and this is a game that you don't want to miss.
Ooh, and we can already see the harassment has begun. You have a Bubble and a Kingsta up there already starting to harass, already invading the jungle. Just kind of a little bit of a hello, letting Levi know they're there, and we're going to go ahead and continue this pressure on you.
Yeah, and I feel like it's all about getting that early mid lane control. Kingsta has the Sacred Hammer, of course. You can see that Terrify being that difference maker. Levi steals away the Lethal Wanderer, so definitely going to get some EXP advantage. But stealing the jungle creep away on the other side, Mr. Death, making his rotation in towards the gold lane, by Levi doing the opposite.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like the one thing that we got to keep an eye on is like the rotation, right, Private? Like you can see Levi's already jungling pretty quick and keeping up with this alpha. And they're keeping the presence at the lower part of the map, which is going to allow Mr. Death to have a little bit more play when it comes to this turtle, correct?
Oh, we do have a push coming in, though.
Uh-oh.
And you can see instantly Kingsta right now gets taken down. Then that is a first blood in the hands of Levi, who was looking for the snowball. But meanwhile, they lose Mr. Death as well. And right now, MLBB helping Levi to get this team fight extended. But Hoshik still somehow survives, and he will live to see another day. But Birthright on the aggressor.
Yeah, and that was off a push from Kingsta, and Birthright able to answer back so reactively, able to find the kill themselves, and right before the first objective here. And that's gonna, I mean, that's setting the tone if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
They're hunting. My lobby wants this game. Like, look at them. I love this zonage that's happening.
Yeah, right now you can see Turtle already started taking low, but they get the kill on towards Urek, and right now Hoshik goes in on towards Danny. Frigid Glacier comes out instantly, freezing Hoshik in place, and Kingsta will run away because he doesn't have the implosion just yet, but when he does, he will be looking to make that play.
Yeah, and a great play there. They do find another kill under their belt right here, still continuing to keep up the pressure right now. And Extremely Slay having a little bit of a problem here in the early game, trying to kind of get these objectives, trying to find the fights that they want. Maybe a little bit of a synchronicity issue between the team when it comes to calling out those targets right at the beginning. But we'll see as the game kind of progresses here. 1-3, though, in Birthright's favor.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that we have to watch out for as well is Wicket's already 1-0, and I mean we're at the approaching the 4-minute mark, right? So this is huge for the side of Extremely Slay.
Yeah, just given the fact that they are trying to get ahead with the Bruno, just the fact that they're able to keep up even after losing so many kills on in the early game. Seems like right now this team fight might go on. Mark goes into the back line. The Wicked has the Purify, but the Implosion comes in, catches 3. But at the same time, Worldy being used. AOG into the back line, but they get that Frosty Breeze, and he picks up a double. Levi, 4-0-1 right now, gets the Hunter Strike, and now they siege at the top tier 1.
And this is what we were seeing in the last game, is you're getting cut off from all different angles. You've got 2 in the front, 1 on the side, Avatar, the Guardian coming under the tower, then the entire team dives under you. Nowhere is safe, and unfortunately, as we were building up Wicked, man, they saw that too, and they decided that he was a target that they needed to take down.
And not just that, they want to take down this purple, but right now Levi gets caught out. Eternal Guardian gets the knockup, and he will be shut down by Hoshik. Will they get this purple revitalized, keeping him alive long enough so that he doesn't go down, but Kingsta doesn't have the engage. Then Wicked comes in with the volley shot, the Worldy, but he gets frozen in place by the Frigid Glacier. Kingsta with the Sacred Hammer makes sure he saves his teammates, and they lose 4 in that fight that they were trying to go for the invade, biting more than they could chew.
This is crazy. I mean, the fights are happening left and right, and they're continuing.
Yeah, Kingsta goes in, gets the Implosion on towards 2, and you can see team fight extended, and that's what Extremely Slay wants. One after the other, adding pressure upon pressure, Private.
Yeah, right now they're just basically standing in the middle of the ring, throwing haymakers at each other, waiting for one of them to tire out. As soon as the kill comes out, the other team's kind of coming back here, finding a kill of their own. Lobby is surrounded, though.
Oh, AOG right away, and you can see right now they're trying to go in a little bit more. Eternal Guardian for the knockup. Hoshik tries to run away. Mark wants to lead the charge with his teammates, but the Terrify coming in. Hoshik still playing with fire, but at the same time, Wicked gets the top tower. Worldy being used. He has the Purify to run away from the Blade Surge. Mark right now gets the taunt on towards him. Revitalize to help them survive, but at the same time, Urek will pick up the kill. Kingsta will go down, and you can see My Lobby on towards Bubble. He flickers out of harm's way after the Terrify, and now finally Birthright get that top lane siege.
Yeah, this is a slaughter fest at this point, right? Like both sides are going at it left and right. Who is gonna stop this slaughter fest here, Private?
Yeah, it's honestly, you're at 14 deaths in the first 6 minutes. I have to go ahead and give my hat off, though, there for Kingsta with the get down, Mr. President there. Little bit of health, went there to protect Wicked, pushed the enemy away, and sacrificed himself as we go into another engagement.
Oh my goodness, AOG, implosion, everything thrown at them except the kitchen sink. You can see Kingsta the first one to fall, along with him, Hoshik in My Lobby. And oh my goodness, as the Mon Force was there to dish out the damage, and so it did. And you can see right now, it's just an absolute brawl. Like you said, Private, throwing haymakers at each other. And I think right now with the turtle coming up, Aiko, I don't know who's going to take this one away.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, both teams are doing really good. But right now, Birthright's pretty thick, right? Like, they have the zonage. What can pierce Birthright's defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now is I want to say it's not even really about the defense right now. If you notice, there's more towers down on the side of Birthright. They're going down, so they're able to kind of keep up this fight, but they're... Oh, another engagement. Mark goes down.
He goes down after the Frigid Glacier, and now there's no way that they can defend. And you can see My Lobby trying to create some space for the rest of his backline, but the Zaman Force dropped by Urek to dish out the damage on towards Hoshik. He goes down, but they trade My Lobby. EXP for EXP, but at the same time, Birthright got the better trade. They get to steal that orange buff. Oh, no, wait. Mr. Death walks into a death bush, and Kingsta.
Ooh. He was feeling it there.
Yeah, and right now, Bubbles, I mean, as the smoke clears, Bubble remains pristine right now. 3-0-5. The only person that has not taken a death just yet has been keeping their distance, dishing out that damage, and doing the job, I want to say, just narrowly better than everybody else here right now to kind of keep that up for the team. And as we kind of continue on with the match, that's going to become a big favor here as we continue on. Still taking up all of this damage. The engagements just don't stop.
Exactly. I mean, this team's definitely a brawler. Like, both of them, back and forth, extremely slay, Birthright. Now, the biggest thing is, man, I'm glad. I love to see that the Vexana is actually just super scaling at this point, Kronos.
Yeah, it's just scaling really well, and this is why we question every single team not picking up the Vexana. It does so much in the mid lane, controlling these team fights, and right now seems like it's probably going to brew another one. But still, both teams just buying time for each other, Private.
Yeah, and very even on the map right now. Both the teams have the side lane towers. Tier 1's kind of taken out there. So, but I want to say the big push. Oh, actually, as I say that, Implosion.
Goodness. Implosion, Frigid Glacier. Hoshik still goes on towards Urek, and right now you can see Mark Wrath of the Dryads coming out right on time. Hoshik runs away like a dog, but at the same time, AOG comes in. Zaman Force drop down to dish out the damage, and you can see they're dancing around the Land of Dawn. Mr. Death, not the Grim Reaper this time. Seems like Birthright might just have the answer.
Yeah, and they're with everybody low, that's going to go ahead and set up this next Lord fight as they're still trying to get some information, still trying to get this fight underway.
Yeah, with the Revitalize, they help them survive. They get the Lord in their favor, Birthright, and now they might be looking to take down a lot of tier 2s, G.
Yeah, and again, this is the craziness that Birthright brings, right? In that last engage!
Oh my goodness, and they go in, and you can see right now Levi knocked up with the Eternal Guardian, but they get Hoshik frozen in place. The Mon Force along with the Wrath of the Dryad just to take him down. He is on a mega kill. Worldy being used to zone them out as well, but this is where Kingsta wants to go in. He's looking for the implosion. He gets the call from Mr. Death, but they are running away. This is not the time that they want to fight. They have the Lord in their hands, and they might actually go for a mid lane tier 1.
Yeah, as I'm watching this, I'm just like, both teams right now are like, what laning phase? They're just basically, it's all team fights right now, and they just continue filtering in. They die, they come back. They're going to continue on with the fight. As you see now, they're trying to put some pressure onto this purple buff and seeing if they can find an advantage with a Lord looming at top.
Yeah, the Lord is there on the top side.
They're going to be brawling here in another second as the Lord's definitely paralleling down. One of the biggest things that I want to know is, like, where's the power spike right now? Who's going to start just destroying?
Ooh, looks like my lobby is the one who gets it started. At the same time, you can see Levi goes in with the Soul Server, gets the kill. 2 kills. Unstoppable is Urek, but at the same time, with Mr. Death with the Spear of Alpha catches them, but nobody will be taken down. Birthright get the full 5-man clean wipeout as they got a set of minion waves in the bot side. Holy defense is there, and will they be able to end it? That's the big question, because right now they're looking for it. It's game number 1 that they want in this best of 7 series in the grand finals, and they will pull it off. A Birthright 1-0.